We made it.
Oh, sorry guys about that. Are you okay?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good, good, good. It's nice to be doing a live with somebody outside of this building for a change. What have you guys been up to today? What's happening in the AWDIs HQ?
It's Friday morning is catch up for us, so feedback from here, there and everywhere all gets collected on a Friday morning, and everybody that's everywhere all over the place out on the road all checks in to say hi and get an opportunity to speak to each other. So it's quite a nice start to the morning, and then get this after it, so not too bad.
Yeah, nice, good. Oh, okay. Well, shall we jump straight in then, get started with some of the particular hoodies? I have got a few with me. So for those of you watching, the reason that Kyle and Tiff are joining me today is obviously we are talking all things levers, but one of the main things that you need to print levers on is a hoodie, and the guys over at AWDIs are obviously the experts, so we've invited them on today to give you a bit more of an in-depth look at which hoodie you should use and sort of the USPs about why they're so great. And then I'll talk you through sort of like some of the transfers that we'll use. We'll actually do some demos and fuse on some with this machine. So just as a bit of an intro, I am Molly from Target Transfers, and Target Transfers manufacture the world's leading heat presses. So this is the Fusion IQ that I've got with me today. And we also manufacture custom heat transfers, so that is the decoration that you see on all of these garments. And then, do you want to give an intro to what you guys do over at AWDIs?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are the internal brand ambassadors for AWDIs. So we work out the head office, and we're on the phone constantly, just speaking to everyone we can, really, offering support with our brands. We can help with, a number of things, whether it's marketing materials you need or you want to pass on some feedback or anything like that. We're here for that, so we can be your contact. Anything else?
Yeah, we're just really here to try and make the annoying, lengthy things a bit less annoying and lengthy. No need for Googling, just somebody you can pick up the phone and chat to.
Yeah. Oh, great. Okay, cool. I have also got Beth with me today, who is going to read out any questions that come through, just so that we don't have to keep staring at the screen. Can you see everything okay, Beth? I'm just checking before we get going.
I've got all of the comments that we've had a few so far. My screen has just frozen a little bit, but lots of people are still joining us. And then another member of the AWDIs team is watching as well. I think it's Leanne has said that she loves commenting.
Brilliant. Oh, okay. Well, let's get started then. So, like I said, I'm using the Fusion IQ today, which is a swing and a draw, which makes it really handy to do demos like this. But also really great for levers, because obviously you're doing a big back print onto the hoodie, so you want lots of space to be able to get your decoration right. So I've got a few different hoodies here with me today. I've got some of the new colours as well. Is there a particular one that you guys wanted to start with?
Oh, well, it depends what you've got.
I'm holding bear with me, where's the label? This is JH001, and I think this is one of the newer colours, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the lilac, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, really nice nude tone for this year. There's been a couple of new colours. Levers to this side of things, we introduced Festival Fuchsia and Lagoon Blue, which we thought would be very popular as they're quite nice vibrant colours. And then we've got the total, yes, that is Lagoon Blue. We've got the total opposite end of the scale with the pistachio, the dusty lilac, natural stones, some really nice mute colours that just give you that bit of variety, let everybody, express themselves.
We're pastel kind of colours, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one of the neutral colours, and I put our podcast branding on it, and it's one of my favourites. I do wear it quite a lot. I also have one of you just mentioned the pistachio green. I also love this one. The neutrals that are going on at the moment like that is just, I love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna fuse onto this one. We're gonna fuse onto this pistachio. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, right. I'm gonna fuse onto pistachio. So I'm just gonna give this a quick pre-press. So like I said, swing and draw motion. So I'm just gonna pull it over the front. It's so easy to fuse onto these hoodies. So you just make sure that you've got a nice clean area. And the key with this is to make sure that you don't have any like seams or zips onto the platen. So like the hood here, if I pull it back a bit, you can see is like hanging off of it. So it's completely flat. And we're just going to give it a pre-press, which flattens out any of the like pieces and stuff. And it also gives us a chance to check the pressure. So on here, you have the temperature you're fusing at. So we're going to do screen print today, which is 160. It gives you the pressure, which we'll get to in a second, and the time. So the time and temperature are like separate. So you pre-press one first, it counts down for you, and then you switch to the main press, and it automatically flicks, so you don't have to keep like changing it on the screen. But that pressure was just a little bit heavy, so I'm just going to test. Perfect. We're on 5. That's what we want. So pull it back out. And then I have with me, under the pile of hoodies that I've just been playing around with, let's do a black one. So this is what somebody would get if they ordered the heat transfers off of our EasyView site. So as you can see, you've got the main back print here, and then you have the option to either add a second back print in, or you could do, like we've done here, initials, a school badge or logo. So really, really easy to like rebrand the AWDIs hoodies. You can sort of take the brand logo out, put your custom logo in. So we're just going to cut this out. Like that, super easy. And then we're going to place it just a bit further down from the neck, because obviously you want to be able to see the design when the hood is flopping back as well. And then thank you very much. Cover it with some release paper, because screen print is a cold peel. We don't want it to start coming up when the heat press comes up. We want to completely like let it cool down. So push it back under here, and it takes 10 seconds. That's literally all it takes to add custom names and everything else to these kind of hoodies. So in the space that I've just said that, it's done it. Like, that's just so quick. We're good. Okay, so I'm going to just let that cool down. So while that's cooling down, do you want to talk people through why the JH001 would be a good option for leavers hoodies? Because I know that a lot of our customers use these already. We gravitate towards them quite heavily. So what is it about these hoodies that people should be looking for, or why they choose them?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the biggest things that we find with leavers hoodie market is that people want variety. Not a lot of people want to wear the same thing as everybody else. They want to have something different, and so the huge range of colours we're sitting currently at 87 allows for most places to, you know, give everybody something unique to pick, give them plenty of choice, and it's quite exciting, I think, sometimes when printers get to go into these high schools or wherever it is and hand them the colour cards and show them all the variety and all the different choices that they can have. But then for printers themselves, the garments themselves are all cotton faced, so although they are a 80-20 cotton polyester blend, polyester obviously in there to make sure that colours stay nice and vibrant and that the garment itself is quite robust. The cotton face means that you get the print like what you would get on a 100% cotton garment, which I'm sure you could give more information on why that's so great, but that's essentially what we're going for. We want to have as much of the best of both worlds as we can.
Yeah, completely. And I mean, like, our custom transfers do go on to cotton and polyester. We've actually fused our DTF transfers onto 100% polyester before. I think that was on a tee from the Just Cool range actually, but like you say, for leavers, you kind of want that like soft cotton finish anyway, because it's the kind of jumper that if it's, you know, for memory, you're going to keep it for a long time, and you want it to, you know, be that high quality and want it to last, which after having a fair few of these garments with transfers on, I can vouch for the fact that they do wash very well. Yeah, but you can tell when you like touch them, and just like the quality of them, and they're so soft on the inside. Yeah, so great option for this. The other one that I want to talk about is one of my personal favourites, and it's one of Andy's as well. He's not actually with us today, but I figured I'd give him a shout out anyway, even though he's not here. It is the cross neck hoodie. Now, this isn't on too much, but I think they should. And I think that now that we're going into more of like a fashion retail sort of world for that kind of thing, this is going to become so much more popular. So yeah, talk us through this one a bit more. I'll bring it close up so everyone can see what I'm talking about.
So the cross neck, the JH021, is a slightly heavier fabric. The JH011 is a 280 GSM. This is a 330 GSM. And like you say, it is a slightly more fashion heavy garment. So these get quite popular in a sort of rebrand market as well, because you know, with any design on them, they look fantastic. Even, you know, without a design on them, they look really good. They're dead comfy and they are just really nice to wear. And they still have quite a good range of different colours. So there's 13 in the range, but a lot of them are, you know, quite nice, vibrant colours and that sort of thing. And then we've got the mute tones in your cores as well. So it's a good opportunity for people if they like the JH1 and they like the colours, but they just want to go that bit further. It's just, again, another option for people to keep things unique and fresh.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know roughly how many colours this comes in? Because I know that we've got about 5 or 6 colours here, I think, but I know that it comes in a lot more than that.
13 colours total.
Okay, wow, so quite a few, yeah. Oh, we need to do another order and get the other colours in.
That is, the JH021 is actually my personal favourite. I did make myself my own branded levers hoodie with that. It's actually on Molly's rack right now. It's in the ginger colour, yeah. It is so cosy.
It's a fun home.
With like a floral print on the back of it, which is like so cool, and like the detail in that as well, like that's just insane for a transfer. But then she put her initials on the front.
Just to show the versatility, you can get something really unique because you've got so many different choices of colours and so many different choices of prints as well. I mean, that's a very interesting print with loads of different colours and stuff like that. So it's nice to have that versatility, that bit of creative freedom.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, we've got so many options for prints as well. Like we've just used the screen print one, which I'll peel in a minute. But even for, you know, screen print like this one I showed at the beginning, has got like the graffiti effect, which is something that our artwork team actually came up with. This isn't in our template. This is just like an example. I'm sure we can find the font if people needed it, but I just thought that was such a cool and different way to do it, and like the ink splats on there as well. It's just so much more, I don't know, eye-catching than like the normal levers prints. And then where's the other one? Yeah, and then stuff like this was just like the full colour stuff. This one was actually one that we've used at P&P. Andy and James did this on the stand together. But like the blends in that just goes so well with the colour of the hoodie. Yeah, and then you've got, like I say, the branded print on the front. So it's really easy to add your custom branding. And yeah, like you said, so many different options for like actual print. So yeah, right. Is the other one ready to peel, Beth?
It is. And speaking of...
We're working on limited space, so just bear with me.
Speaking of
yeah.
I have had a comment coming from, I'm really sorry if I pronounced the name of this business wrong, but I think it is Drumnagoric Designs, who I believe that we actually met at P&P, if I remember correctly. And they've said that this is the first year their primary school will be having a choice of colours for these hoodies. The school is really excited to get them, and they're very excited to print them, which is really nice.
That's so good. Okay, so this is finished. So this has gone completely cold now. We always recommend leaving them to go cold because that is the recipe, and we don't mean like lukewarm, cold. So I'm just going to peel in one motion, rip it off. That was the most satisfying thing ever. And that, there you go, like done. Like that, like, I haven't used on this colour before. That looks so good.
Yeah, it does. It looks amazing. Really nice.
It's like very soft, very thin. Yeah, and then down far enough that when the hood hangs down, you can sort of still see the print, which is what we want. One thing that I was talking about in another video was the front of these hoodies, because obviously they have the pockets on the front, which is brilliant. Love a good pocket. Every hoodie needs one. But for printing purposes, they can kind of get in the way. So what we need to do is swap out the platen so that we can actually fuse on the front, because the pressure of this heat press is so regulated. If we were to put the seam on the middle of this platen, that's where it would fuse from, like the pressure would regulate from, rather than the area you want to fuse it on. So what we tend to do is swap out for like one of these, like a smaller platen, just so that you can isolate that area and make sure that the pressure's right. So just a little hack for anyone watching. And we have got a YouTube video that went live this week on it if you want to watch it in more detail. I think I have a third hoodie here with me. I think what was the other one I said? It was a JH001, JH020, and there was one more.
So we've had the JH001 and the JH021. I think you've got a JH020, the 20, the street hoodie. If you look at the end of the sleeves, they have thumb holes like the cross neck, but they've got a normal, you know, like normal hood on them.
Is that how you tell the difference between the two? Because I've been struggling with that for so long. How did I not know that? Best nodding behind the camera, like, yeah, well done.
Yeah, I'm nodding because you have just given me the best hack for behind the scenes lives now, because there have been a few occasions in which I have handed Molly the wrong hoodie because it looked very similar.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, and I didn't understand what the little thumb hole hack. So that's brilliant. Thank you, guys.
That's so funny.
Nice style.
Those two hoodies.
Yeah, the thumb holes in general seem to be just quite a popular thing to have on garments. We've got obviously on the 21 and the 20, but there's a couple of garments in the Just Know range as well that have them. And every time we speak to anybody that uses any of the garments, it's one of the first things they bring up. Because they're just so comfortable, and when you're looking at something that's a bit heavier, 330 GSM, it gives it that extra cozy feel. So yeah, no, it's great.
Brilliant. Oh, okay. Is there anything else that you got? Have we got any questions coming in?
We don't necessarily have questions. We have a lot of really complimentary comments though, which is really nice to like see that everybody's on the live with us today. And we've had another comment from Drumnagoric Designs, and again, I'm so sorry if I am pronouncing that wrong. They said transfers ordered through yourselves this morning, and their hoodie collection will be growing now, which is great. And then we've had a comment come in from Run Walk Local Portsmouth, who I know are a big fan of Just Hoods, and they've said, we have not gone for one colour. The extensive range of colours has enabled us to offer a great range. So full of comments and compliments today.
Love you guys.
Fantastic.
One thing that I did want to ask you guys as well while we're on this live is, I know that obviously levers are traditionally hoodies, but we've seen quite a few people print them on the back of sweatshirts in the last couple of years. This is sort of becoming a bit more of a thing. I think hoodies will always be like the main event. I don't think they're going anywhere, but I do know that obviously people have preference, and sometimes you would prefer a sweat over a hood. So is there any particular sweatshirts that you guys do that you'd recommend specifically for levers, and why that would be? If our customers, for example, are getting asked, oh, well, do you provide sweatshirts, like what would be their go-to that are maybe, I don't know, similar to the hoodies they're already using, or similar colour range, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so the thing with the colours in the JH001, I said a lot of it is for people that have the opportunity to be a bit unique and you know, versatile, and have something maybe that's a bit different from what everybody else has got. We have the JH30, which is the AWDIs college sweat, which is made with the exact same fabrication as the JH001, which I think, you know, hopefully will put people at a bit of ease if they've never used it before. Normally people tend to be quite familiar with the 001. So it's nice to know that if you pick up the 30, that you're going to get that same printability, you're going to get the same weight of garment, it's the same fabrication, the colours last just as long, you know. It's essentially it's the same garment in a different shape. So the JH30 definitely would be my first recommendation, because it does come in the widest range of different colours. You know, and again, it's the same colours as the JH001. If you want to get one of the new colours, say, it'll be exactly the same as it looks for the hoodie. So you can get people nice and matching and not have to wear the exact same thing.
like we are.
Hoodie, I love that. That is brilliant. Everyone always laughs at us when we go to shows because obviously we all wear the same thing, and then we rock up in the office the next day all wearing the same. Like Beth and I often show up in the same outfit, and we just look at each other and go,
We're quite like that as well in the office. Everyone takes the same thing on, so we're always matching.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, cool. Well, we'll fuse a white one just for a bit of variety. So obviously for everyone watching, you can see up close the black here. So really, really soft, thin finish. It feels like you can see how that is just part of the garment there. So the quality of this. So the main reason obviously that we wanted to get all this on today was not only to talk about the different types of hoods and give you guys a bit more of an insight into, you know, what you should be using and why, but it was to just highlight the quality aspect, because obviously AWDIs make the highest quality levers hoodies that I've personally ever fused on, which is brilliant, and obviously we manufacture the best transfers. So combined, you've just got the perfect levers product. I mean, you could sell these for, you know, anywhere from, like, it depends what the school's after, but anywhere from 15 to 20 to 25 to 30 pounds. You know, there's not really a limit on the RRP on them. You can just, you know, the quality is there if you want to, you know, charge that a little bit more if you're creating a bit of a premium brand. And yeah, like I say, they just last really, really well. So let's do a slightly different one. Do you have a question?
No, just got some more comments coming in while you prep the next one, actually. Can you guys just repeat what hoodies you are actually wearing for a Godsmark on Instagram, please?
So we are wearing the EA42s. They're actually new this year, so it's part of the Creator range in our ecology brand. So we brought out a matching hoodie, sweater, joggers, and the Arrow recycled tee as well. So yeah, they're absolutely fabulous. They're very comfy, very fashion forward as well. We wanted to try and bring that into the ecology range more. But yeah, they're really great. We have them nice and printed for the pre-show, so it was quite good.
Yes. Of my uniform that I absolutely made sure was coming home with me. There was no way I was going to lose it. But yeah, they're a nice bit something different. A lot of people tend to look down the sustainable route and stuff quite a bit more. And now obviously we've got the JH201, which I think you guys featured the last time that we jumped on the call, or in the comments.
Yeah.
But this is a 280 GSM as well, made with recycled cotton and recycled polyester. And I think sometimes you can go and speak to people about a lot of different, you know, regenerated cottons and this sort of thing, but recycle is the universal word. Everybody understands it, and it's nice to have an option for, you know, if you guys really like this hoodie, you'll like the sweat. If you really like the sweat, you can get jog pants as well. It gives printers just that option to get something a little bit extra if they don't really.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. Okay, have we got any questions coming in, Beth, about the levers transfers? We often, Instagram is always our platform for questions, because normally we do lives on like Facebook and YouTube as well. And for those of you watching, I will be reposting this onto those channels, so don't worry if you missed it.
Aside from asking about the hoodies that you guys are wearing, it's just more compliments. People love you guys. I'm getting a bit jealous.
They do, actually, they do.
It's at Run Walk Local again, and said the quality and customer service are first class. Thank you, Kyle and Tiff. You have made setting up our own merchandise so much easier.
That's so nice.
I know, it's really nice. And Drumnagoric Designs actually confirmed that I am pronouncing it correctly, so woohoo!
Life, that's great. Okay, fantastic.
I have a bit of a rogue question for you guys, actually.
Okay.
Working in blank apparel, and obviously we work in decorating blank apparel, we find ourselves walking around and spotting hoodies and t-shirts and trying to name them on the street. So I would love to know, what is the hoodie or blank piece of blank apparel from AWDIs that you see and spot out and about the most?
I would say it has to be between the JH1 and probably the JH003 as well. Yeah. They're the varsity hoodies, and I see them all the time. I was actually shopping and I was outside Pets at Home, and I seen someone wearing it, and it took me all my strength not to, you know, go, oh my god. the GHCC. But yeah, we're like crazy people when we're out and about and we see everyone wearing the garments. So
it's very difficult not to approach people to ask to look at the labels.
Yeah.
Because you know yourself when you see it, you know exactly what it is, but you just want to be absolutely sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see like a JH43, the varsity jacket, those are quite popular with, I think, the side of the market that does like rebranding and that sort of stuff. So it's quite common to spot one of those in a shop or just walking about. It's quite entertaining, honestly, for us at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always find ourselves, because obviously, I mean, t-shirts and stuff we can kind of guess, but with the prints, it's always, is that vinyl or is that a transfer? How well is that used, or very fussy with like what it is, in terms of like what you pick out in stores. Like if you can tell if something isn't as good a quality, and I've never been so fussy buying apparel in my entire life since I came to Target.
Yeah.
Is our transfer cold? You think? Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, so that's the key, like I said, with these transfers, is just making sure they are like cold. So yeah, that one's fine. Give it a feel. So satisfying. It's my favourite part of fusing anything to do with levers. So there we go, there's the red. This is another JH001. But yeah, just with the white print, it really pops.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You just can't go wrong with it.
I think with the option of colours for prints that you guys have and the option of colours for garments that we have, you can always pick something that's going to pop out on whatever it is that you're using. It's nice to have that option to really have something that properly stands out.
The dream team.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely. And I mean, like I said, with our UltraColour, you can literally have any colour. Like it's unlimited colour, blends, gradients, detail, anything. So you can really go to town. I mean, if you're ordering, even if it's just 3 or 4, like pick UltraColour, great. But the gradient ones, they've probably got like more than 100 different like colours in them, dependent on how much of a gradient there is. And that blows my mind that there's something that can be capable of doing that, and like the detail of all the names as well. Imagine weeding that. I can't. I have never done it. I wouldn't do it. No, I didn't. I think there are still a few customers that do weed their vinyl, and it baffles me every day. Like it just takes so long. Yeah, we have multiple, in Richard's phrase, multiple lives have been changed via using transfer rather than vinyl. But yeah, like 10 seconds, that's it. We do all the hard work for you. All you have to do is give us your artwork and we manufacture them. We, like I say, make them here, ship them to you. There's nothing else needed apart from pressing them when they arrive in the post. So yeah, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. You're looking at me like you're in a comment. Okay. Well, I don't have anything else to add for today's live. I just, yeah, like I said, wanted to get you guys on to introduce you to all of our followers, do a bit of a collaboration, because obviously we recommend you guys to all of our customers that ask about Leavers Hoodie anyway. So yeah, if anybody has any further questions for Kyle and Tiff, drop them either in the comments or you can DM them, I'm sure. Is there another way for, like, the easiest way to get hold of you guys, just on your Instagram account?
If you wanted, I mean, we're available by phone. You can phone us on 01506 437 106, and our email is just info@awdisdance.com. We'll pick it up, we'll answer anything. Amazing, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, guys, and we'll definitely have to do this again soon. But yeah, okay. That's it for today. Don't forget to follow for next week's Friday Live, and yeah, we'll see everyone later. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us on.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.